Last year, I reviewed all the films in the series of The Hunger Games, based on the book series by Suzanne Collins. They're all really good, and I just got back from seeing the movie adaptation of the prequel to the three stories, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, now playing in theaters. But is this new installment of the Hunger Games film franchise another big victor? Or is this one just going to end up getting the big L? Find out in this spoiler free review right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released dystopian action flick, The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, released by Lionsgate, directed by Francis Lawrence, who recently helmed the previous three sequels to the first film, from a screenplay by Michael Leslie and Michael Arndt. Based on Suzanne Collins' 2020 novel of the same name, serving as a prequel to The Hunger Games and the fifth overall installment of the film series. Starring Tom Blyth, Rachel Zegler, Peter Dinklage, Jason Schwartzman, Hunter Schafer, Josh Andre Rivera, and Viola Davis. The film is set 64 years before the events of the first film, and its plot follows the events that eventually lead a young Coriolanus Snow on the path to becoming the tranquil leader of Panem, including his relationship with the Hunger Games tribute Lucy Gray Baird during the year of the 10th Hunger Games. Now then. Now, now then. Now, Now, in the start in Panem, the noble Snow family patriarch General Crassus dies during the first rebellion with the districts, and 13 years later, his 18-year-old son Coriolanus determines to restore prosperity for him and his family. So he is among 24 mentors in the 10th annual Hunger Games. To increase viewership, Dean Casca Highbaum, author and creator of the games, wants to focus on tributes entertaining viewers rather than winning. And so Coriolanus is selected to mentor Lucy Gray Baird, the District 12 female tribute. And during the reaping ceremony, she charms Capitol viewers by singing and slipping a snake into the mayor's daughter's dress. And Coriolanus wants Lucy Gray to garner viewers' favor, as the best performing mentor is promised a fortune. And he later earns her trust and helps her win the Capitol citizens' sympathy. That's all of this I'm going to give to you, so you're going to have to see the movie and what have you. Anyway, from what I've seen of the film, I thought it wasn't too bad. It looks like it's good and what have you. Unfortunately, the film sits at a low for the rest than the rest of the series on Rotten Tomatoes. The film's barely hanging on to Fresh by a thread at a mere 60%, which makes it barely hang on by a thread. According to them, they say when an outstanding cast and exciting story helped make the film a worthy return to Pan Am in spite of a rushed and somewhat frustrating ending. Yeah, now the ending is kind of a little bit of a slight downside and what have you, but well, it was kind of a little, how should I say, a little baffling at times, but even so, it was kind of a little bit heartbreaking at a bit. Vulture reported that some critics viewed this spectacle, which is 156 to 158 minutes, which makes it over 2.5 hours, and that's longer than any other film in the franchise, surpassing Catching Fire. And they say that this is an overwrought snooze fest, while others argue that the film is the most satisfying entry in the entire franchise. Well, sort of. NME characterized the initial critical response as largely negative, knowing that the film has been criticized as lacking in the excitement and drama promised by the trailer, and not living up to the expectation following the first films. However, IndieWire named the film both the best young adult dystopian film and by far the strongest installment of the franchise film series, describing it as a rare prequel that manages to stand on its own 2 feet and still feel taller than the other stories it's ultimately meant to support. And USA Today says it's an enticing blend of the dystopian action, epic, and musical drama that surpasses the previous films. So I'm gonna say I still have more good liking for this than what they say. Now, James Newton Howard is on board to do the score for the film, as he had already composed all the previous films scores. Now, the soundtrack has lots of songs, including songs that were done live by Miss Zegler, which were "The Hanging Tree" and "Pure as the Driven Snow." They were all really good and what have you. Now, unlike the other releases, that now other soundtracks were kind of released through various labels like Republic. This one was released by Geffen Records. That also includes "Can't Catch Me Now," performed by Olivia Rodrigo, which you hear at the closing credits. Now, of course, Rodrigo is on one of the artists on Geffen Records, as a matter of fact. And the score soundtrack is available from Sony Classical. So anyway, now again, the story I thought was pretty good and what have you. It's just that the ending was a little, well, I won't really get into the details because I don't want to ruin this spoiler-free review. Okay, Francis Lawrence, it's nice to have him back on board to do the directing, and I thought he did a really good job. Now, as for our cast, on the other hand, I thought they were all good. Tom Blyth played the young Coriolanus Snow. He did a pretty good job. Rachel Zegler played Lucy Gray. Of course, you may remember Miss Zegler, whom we recently saw in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, and earlier this year as Anthea in Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I must say, she did an exceptionally good job, and her music and singing is amazing. I was really, really impressed with that. Josh Andre Rivera played Shajas Flint, a classmate and friend of Snow's, and a mentor to a tribute from District 2. Viola Davis plays Dr. Volumnia Gall, the head game maker of the 10th Hunger Games. Peter Dinklage, you may know him of TV's Game of Thrones fame and of several other films, plays Casca Highbaum, Dean of the Academy and intellectual author of The Hunger Games. Jason Schwartzman plays Lucretius Lucky Flickerman, the first television host for the 10th Hunger Games, and assumed ancestor to Caesar Flickerman, who would later host, well, the later editions of the games. Hunter Schafer plays Tigris Snow, Coriolanus' older cousin. Viola Flanagan as Grandmam, as the strict grandmother to Coriolanus and Tigris. And Bern Gorman as Commander Hoff, the leader of the Peacekeepers in District 12. So anyway, the cast isn't too bad and what have you. I really did like a lot of their performances, and overall, I thought the film wasn't too bad. It's just that It's just that some of the ending was a little, well, it's runtime's fine and what have you, but it could just use a wee bit of trimming and what have you. But nevertheless, I still think The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is still a pretty good prequel by a long stretch, or something like that. So overall, I really liked it. So for my score, I give The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes 4.5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9. So what did you think of The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes film? Let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you another spoiler-free review, and that'll be on the new Trolls Band Together. Yes, the new DreamWorks animation film. And well, before I finish this film's not been doing so well. It's not going. It looks like it won't open as strong as I've said with films that aren't doing as well. I wish this film the best of luck. So anyway, if you like this, consider checking out these other films. If you'd like, go to the upper left-hand corner and see my reviews and the other Hunger Games films. Oh, and you can revisit this review as well in the playlist of the Hunger Games. If you'd like another prequel to a great franchise, see my review of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which of course is a prequel to the Harry Potter film series. Or if you would like maybe something else, go to the bottom left hand corner and see my review of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.